Spinning is well known as one of the best workouts for weight loss, fat burn, and a total body tone. You can burn like between 500 and even over 1,000 calories in a single spin class. That really depends on your effort level, your weight, your height, and even your fitness level. So in this video, we're gonna talk about how to maximize the burn in your next spin class. My name is Cat Kom. I am the founder and a trainer at StudioSweat onDemand, where we have a lot of calorie crushing spin classes. So make sure you go check them out on our YouTube channel, or download our app. It's called StudioSweat onDemand, and you'll see tons of calorie crushing classes. Some are even called the Calorie Crusher. But for now, let's dig into some tips and tricks on how to maximize your burn without getting injured. Tip number 1, riding with resistance. It's so common that I look out in spin class and I can tell some of the riders are riding without resistance. How? Their butt is kind of bouncing in that saddle. So you want to ride with resistance. Take classes that are HIIT classes or hill climbs. We've got a lot of those. Next tip, tip number 2, avoid stopping between every single song. I see this all the time. You're killing your momentum when you do that. Really choose your moments, because when you stop between each and every song, you can lose up to like 100 calories that you could have burned if you would have just blown right through it. Classes that you can take to help improve your endurance, which you might need, would be classes like the Primetime class that we have on StudioSweat onDemand, or any of those classes that are deemed an endurance class. Next tip, turn up the heat. In other words, if you're spinning in a colder room, your heart rate's gonna be a little lower. If you're spinning in a warmer room, your heart rate's gonna be a little higher. Higher heart rate means higher burn. At the same time, you don't want it to be too warm, and you should always consider having a fan on to keep the air circulating in the room that you're spinning in. The next tip, you guys, push your limits. Don't be scared to get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's one of my favorite sayings, get comfortable being uncomfortable. I tell people that all the time. When you start to crave that discomfort and you really want to feel like almost like you're gonna throw up, not all the time, but sometimes, you know that you're getting comfortable being uncomfortable. So think about taking classes that are interval-based classes, like our HIIT classes and our Tabata classes. So we've even got classes that are literally called, HIIT spin or Tabata spin. Look for a class called Max Burn. That's definitely an interval-based class. And remember, you guys, you're stronger than you think, so push it. Tip number 5, fuel your body for your workout. The first thing I'll say is the most important thing. Make sure you're hydrated. I am drinking water from the second I get up in the morning. And that is honestly the best fuel for my class personally. So be drinking that water, especially the 90 minutes before your workout. The other thing is sort of an individual sport. So I can't personally eat anything 90 minutes before the workout, or I might throw it up if it's an intense spin class. My husband could probably crush a burrito and be just fine. What works on average for most people? Eating about 20 grams of healthy carbs about 90 minutes before your workout, anywhere between 30 and 90 minutes before your workout. So that might be a banana, it might be an English muffin with just a little butter or peanut butter. So try different things to see what works for you. And then after your workout, you hear this all the time. Again, make sure you're hydrating after your workout, but then ideally, within 30 to 60 minutes after your workout, just make sure you have a nice meal that has a healthy balance of carbs, protein, and healthy fats. Tip number 6, staying consistent. Staying consistent with your spinning routine is so important, and it's key when it comes to weight loss and building lean body mass. You can spin almost every day if you'd like. You just need to listen to your body. You just want to make sure you're spinning, I would say, at least 2 to 3 times per week so that you don't feel like you're starting over every single time. Now, make sure at the same time you're incorporating other workouts into your spinning routine. So stay consistent, cross-train. Before we move on, where we're gonna talk about some best practices and common mistakes that I see in indoor cycling classes, I wanna ask you right now to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell if you wanna see more trainer tip videos like this one. But just watch our little reel for 15 seconds. I'd really appreciate it. I'll be right back.
Get even more StudioSweat onDemand with our 7-day free trial. We've got a huge library of live and on-demand workout videos, all filmed in our studio and featuring real people just like you. Download our app today.
All right, now let's talk about some best practices and some common mistakes I see riders make in spin class. Number one, bike setup is not right. That is so important. I'm not going to get into the details of bike setup here. We will drop a link in the description to a video that really walks you through proper bike setup, but things from like how long your leg is extended, which has to do with your seat height. Things like where should your handlebars be, even your foot position on that pedal, all of those things are so important to maximizing your ride, okay? Next, we talked about this a little bit earlier, but riding with resistance. You always want to make sure you have some level of resistance on your bike. Listen to the trainer whose class you're taking. They're gonna guide you on what resistance you should have on or how much resistance you should have on based on how fast you're going. If it's a good trainer, like the classes at StudioSweat On Demand, we're always doing that, okay? But ride with resistance. If you feel your hips wiggling around, you're probably not riding with resistance, and it's really important. You're just gonna spin your wheels literally and figuratively if you're not riding with resistance. Next, often, I'll look out in the room and I'll see white knuckles on those handlebars. White knuckles and a tight grip means a tight, intense back. So always keep your grip fairly loose. I even wiggle my fingers around while I'm riding, okay? So next thing is you're sitting too far forward in your seat. You're kind of doing that little pelvic tilt. So you wanna make sure that you're on the back of your saddle, keeping your back flat and nice and relaxed. The next thing, guys, is there are so many people out there that are just doing spin classes only. Spinning is fantastic, but what is going to be even better for you is a strong cross-training routine. That means incorporating other workouts or even doing fusion workouts. Your core. If you want to be a better rider and you want to maximize your burn, make sure your core is nice and strong. So we've got classes that are actually called spin and core training classes on StudioSweat On Demand. We got core classes, spin Pilates, just Pilates. All of those different type of workouts are available to you. You just got to take advantage of them. Also, legs should be nice and strong for your spin class, right? So just because your legs are strong doesn't mean they're bulky. Let's go ahead and debunk that myth right now. But make sure that you're doing exercises to strengthen and tone your legs. Again, they can be workouts that are just independent of your spin class, like, you know, a leg destroyer day. That's one of my favorite workouts on StudioSweat On Demand is like the leg destroyer with Mike. Or you can be taking classes that are spin fusion classes. We've got tons of those. They're the most popular class at StudioSweat On Demand. It's a class called Spin and Sculpt. So you're on the bike for half of the workout and you're on the floor doing things like squats, lunges, push-ups, bicep curls, triceps, combo moves, okay? So make sure that you are doing those cross-training workouts and that you have a solid cross-training routine. I promise you it will make you a better spinner. Thank you guys so much for watching. I want you to know we are here to help you truly get results here at StudioSweat On Demand. So please go subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And on StudioSweat On Demand's YouTube channel, we have tons of free sample classes, so check those out. We also have a lighter version of our full experience on YouTube. It's called the Sweat Junkie membership, where we've got lots of bonus content, free full-length spin classes. And another thing that you can do if you want the full experience where we have like 1,000 different classes that you can take is download the StudioSweat On Demand app or go to StudioSweatOnDemand.com and let it burn. Here we go.